They got me vertical up in here. They don't want the picture horizontal. They want it vertical. So you could do your little shorts. What are you gonna have? A 2-minute live stream? Stop it. Come on, Tube. We're here to rock out. Wait till we're live here. Oh, here we go. We got some ads. That must mean the process is in motion. I'll give myself a couple of pennies here. How's that? Oh, voting, huh? They want you to go out and vote. No thanks. No, I'll play. Maybe. Who knows? Got a good candidate? Who's the good candidate? That's what we need to know. Hey, there's everybody. What's going on? What's up, everybody? Brad, flip. That's a lot of flips. Triple flip. Time to play the game. Triple flip. Dante, Jaron, 23, Eric, Leno, William, Soba, Danny Green, Pimp Jesus, Eric Leno, Crazy Country, Alicia, Psycho on Crack, Jerry DeMille, BC for president. There you go. I like that. Forget the 12 times I was arrested for beating people up in those bar rooms when I was younger. Pay no attention to that. Oh, I'm a changed man. Packed, stacked, and jacked, silly. You know it. Should we do it the right way? It is indeed packed, stacked, and jacked. Yeah, we are amped up. Hey, I got a fresh Dunkin' coffee, too. So we're going to be going over the Raw preview, guys. You got over an hour. Hopefully this doesn't take a full hour, but you never know. Once we got the gift to gab. Once we start rocking out, man, it could take an hour. Oh, I got big news before we get into the Raw preview, man. Jade Cargill. If you don't mind, your playback sounds really good, guys. So I'm going to take off the big headphones and I'm going to put in the earbuds for my playback so I make sure that I sound good to myself. And then I don't have double playback, if that's okay. So let me lock in those earbuds. There you go. Now BC sounds good. Now I don't hear an echo, which is good. That was your playback. I just want to make sure you guys are good first. Once I know that, I can take off the headphones and put in the earbuds and just hear myself talk. Always a fun time. My Mod Dukes used to say, you know what? You could be in a room for an hour or two the whole day and talk by yourself and you'd be fully entertained. And I said, you know what? You're probably right. What's up, everybody? James, Shrimp Fajitas, keep rocking, brother. D-Monte, Ty, Drew, Marie Applewhite. There's a lot of gold card up in here. I know there was only a half an hour of notice. But I wanted to get a regular upload up to you guys, a regular amped up podcast earlier, a pre-record edited podcast, but I just didn't have the time at all. It kept getting pushed back. Then I was like, maybe at 2 o'clock I can put it out, maybe at 4 o'clock. And then I said, you know what? We're just going to go live before Raw. I don't have any other time. So unfortunately, you guys didn't get an upload earlier. The good news is now you get a live stream because of it. James Miller, Brianna, Malachi, Johnny Thunder, DB4 Life. And by the way, DB4 Life, give me a minute. There was some super chats in the last upload. It was a regular vid upload podcast that was put up yesterday, but you guys sent a lot of coffees. You flung a lot of coffees at the channel. DB4 Life, I believe you were one of them, man. So I want to give a shout out to everybody that threw a coffee to the channel in yesterday's upload. So just seeing that name in the chat, it reminded me, wait a second. I know there was a coffee sent over. Steg Meister, you as well, I believe, man. I believe you sent the coffee yesterday. So I think Steg Meister, I have a double shout out right now, seeing that gold card and Steg Meister up in here, but also the coffee from yesterday, man. Colin, what up, Colin? Jerry, what up, dude? Storm, Dwayne, Sweetney. What up, dude? All right, so first and foremost, before I go over those super chat super thankses from yesterday and the Raw preview, Jade Cargill, guys, this is a good story. I love this. Jade Cargill has filed a massive trademark. You want to know what it is? Jade Cargill. She's filed to trademark her own name. You have to do this, guys, because WWE, if it's in the writing that your services for entertainment and sports, just because her name, I believe her name is actually Jade Cargill. I think that's her real name. But if you're doing sports and entertainment services for a conglomerate like WWE, they can make sure, or at least make it hard for you to make money off of your own name through those same services outside of WWE. So you always want to make sure that you have a trademark, even if it's your own name. A lot of people have been screwed over by WWE. So Jade Cargill is trademark. If you look at the trademark filing, guys, it wasn't WWE. It's Jade Cargill LLC. So that means it is from her behalf. Her legal team is trademarking Jade Cargill. So she's saying I was Jade Cargill before I got to WWE. I'll be Jade Cargill here. And when I leave WWE, I will be Jade Cargill. I came into the world Jade Cargill. You ain't taking that from me, Vince, Paul Levesque McMahon, and nobody. Ain't nobody. Ain't a Nick Khan, ain't a Brewster Pritchard, and I don't even care if Mr. People Power came back. Mr. John Laurinaitis, you're not taking the name of Jade Cargill. Nobody can take it if, indeed, she gets this trademark. And I'm guessing she will because, again, it's her name. And WWE failed to even make the move on it. I don't think they wanted to push buttons this early. As time went on, I'm sure WWE was going to try to, iron things out around a table with maybe a nice meal, right? Maybe there's some fine wine popping off, some of those fancy cheese and crackers. You got some lobster, some shrimp, some filet mignons. You got it all on the table. And you go, by the way, Jade, we're probably going to trademark your name, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's not like we're taking your name from you. It's just for the rest of life, we're going to make money off of it. And Jade Cargill was like, not so fast. So it's a big difference, guys. If she didn't do this, there was a good chance that she might not be able to be Jade Cargill anywhere else. She would have to be June Bagel, right? June Bagel or Bade Jagill. How's that, right? You got to switch up some letters because you can't be Jade Cargill, her own name. It's a long story, guys. Thanks for listening. How's that? I thought, listen, I love this type of wrestling news because it's somebody that's actually standing up to the company that just hired them. You don't see that often, to be honest. You really don't. Especially somebody this new. They don't want to step on the toes of a conglomerate like WWE. So, man, for Jade Cargill to make it known that she's not here to play around, man. She is her own entity. That's pretty big, man. So Jade Cargill is filing for her own name. That's a big story. We'll follow that. Before we get into Monday Night Raw, and this is they're stacking the show again, just like they did on SmackDown. SmackDown, they stacked it as a mini big themed event called a season premiere of SmackDown. Now, they were able to pull 2.4 million viewers up from last week's 2.3. On one hand, you say that's up, that's good. Stiff competition, I get it. On the flip side, however, you want to say not so good because you had John Cena on that show. You had the return of Roman Reigns, and usually that 1-2 punch gets you about 2.6 million viewers. 2.6. They're now at 2.4. Now, 200,000 viewers may not seem like a lot, but guys, that's a 12th of their overall audience. So Roman Reigns' segment, by the way, in case you were wondering, Roman had one of the lower rated segments in his return. And throughout the night, people cared less and less about the Bloodline storyline, which was really just confliction about LA Knight and John Cena and talking about who's the quarterback backstage. The problem here, guys, is you left this dude off the show for that long, hoping for that big pop in the rating when he came back. And now even Roman Reigns isn't giving you that. So maybe have him show up more often and maybe people will start to care again. I'm just giving some good advice, man. I don't mind the dude, the champion, not showing up every week. I don't even mind that. Makes him special. I get it. But this has not been working. He's been missing so many weeks, and now a 2.4 is the best you got? Nah, ain't gonna fly. But they themed that event out. They themed it out. They packed, they stacked, they jack that Friday night show. And 2.4 is all they came up with. Now, on the flip side, tonight they're actually packing, stacking, and jacking Monday Night Raw, also calling it a season premiere of Monday Night Raw. We're going to go over that in a minute. But again, I want to go over some of those super thankses from yesterday. Basically, super chats in a regular upload form. And you guys really rocked it. Or I think it was from Saturday's, what was it? SmackDown's review, I think. And then yesterday, I don't think there was an upload. So, but the last upload that we put up. And first and foremost, JR9 Gaming up in the chat, man. What up, brother? 10 months. It's 10 months? When we did the last stream last week, it was only 9 months. So we are now 10 months in since we've started channel memberships. Pretty cool, man. JR9 Gaming, in case you guys don't know, was the first ever channel member. Which is ironic, because he's the right-hand man on the channel as well. He just happened to be the very first gold card member with that gold card after his name. So if JR9's green box up there says 10 months, that means we've had this for 10 months. Channel memberships, man. 10 months as a member, says JR9. Been a great time. All your hard work for every single podcast is much appreciated. Wish WWE would put the same effort into Raw. LOL. That's wishful thinking, man. We'll see what this themed show brings, man. SmackDown was decent for sure, but they packed it, they stacked it, they jacked it, so we'll see. We'll see what Raw does for 3 hours. Triple H has admitted he doesn't know how to book 3 hours of Raw, so he has a lot of help. It's a packed show. We'll go over it in a minute, like I said, a couple of minutes. But JR9 Gaming, man, let me give you a big salute, dude, because you were number one from the very beginning, man. The very first gold card member. So let me pop this Duncan. Don't worry, guys. You still have an hour before Raw, so we're just going to shoot the shit and hang out, if you don't mind. Of course, the way they seal these, this will take another 17 minutes to open this. There we go. This is a Duncan Original, number 9 on the day, so I'm far behind on my coffees. JR9, salute, man, and all my channel members, I appreciate you guys so much, man, for throwing a coffee to the channel every single month. It's not needed ever, trust me. It's fully appreciated, and for that, salute. And that is an ice cold coffee, by the way. Oh, shoot, JR9, you started a firestorm, bro, because a lot of channel members came in afterwards saying, what up? 5 months for Jason Barker, man. Sup, man? What up, Jason? Salute, brother. Thank you for 5 months strong with that gold card, man. Again, never needed, but always appreciated for the full 5 months you've been on board. Jason Barker, salute. Also, I see Dante Jaron 23 up in here. Also 10 months. So from the very beginning, Dante Jaron 23, I think he was one of the first 10 that got their gold card 10 months ago. It's my anniversary, says Dante Jaron. Dante, here's a massive goal, brother. Massive salute to one of my tried and trues, Dante Jaron 23. Appreciate you, dude. I'm going to need another coffee after all this. Anthony Boley's 10 months as well. He was one of the first 5. See, it's wild how I remember this stuff, man. Anthony Boley, 10-month membership. Throwing coffee and hyping up the channel. We all family. We all here for the facts from BC to be entertained. Wouldn't have it any other way. Anthony Boley, dude. Motherfucking salute. Jane Donnelly, 9 months. Jane Donnelly, nearly from the very jump, a few days off my 10-month milestone. Been a pleasure being part of the gold unit. Your hard work you put into each podcast is much appreciated, BC. Jane Donnelly, you are much appreciated. One of my tried and trues way before we had channel memberships. So whether you hit your 10 months next week, a day from now, I know that it stands much longer than when you guys got the gold card. So Jane Donnelly, salute, brother, for the gold card and way before that, man. Salute. 9 months. Jane Donnelly. Sam Byers, 9 months. Sam Byers, salute, dude. Sam Byers is the best during pay-per-views, PLEs, before we even go live. Sam Byers chucks a bunch of coffees at the channel. So when I go live for the premium live event live stream, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I got like 5 or 6 coffees thrown at the channel. It's hilarious. Sam Byers, man, you rock. Salute. I'm trying to get everybody, guys, but I also have the super thankses from yesterday that I want to get to. So I will get to the Raw review, guys, I promise. But on this channel, we appreciate our channel members and we appreciate our subscribers before anything. Before any business, we show that love and appreciation right back. So I want to make sure that I'm doing that. Oh, you know what? I got it on the big screen, actually. Steg Meister, I knew you sent me a coffee yesterday, man. Or Saturday, whenever that last stream went up. But Steg Meister is talking about a match possibly between Kevin Owens and Nick Aldis. And thank you for the coffee yesterday, man. Steg Meister, if you're still up in the chat, are you saying that you think Aldis versus Owens at WrestleMania? Clarify that if you don't mind. If you're still up in the chat. But either way, man, I appreciate the coffee and the interesting thought there. Kevin Owens versus Nick Aldis would make sense. I mean, he brought him over there and maybe they have a miscommunication. Owens is always best as a heel. Stegmeister just confirmed that's exactly what he's saying. Let's do it, man. Aldis can still go. I think he's 36 years old and he's badass. I just hope they bring his girl in, man. I hope they bring Mickie James back. She never should have been gone from this company. Let me go back to that big screen. I know there was more, too. Hold on, guys. Dante Jaron says, with that 2-spot coffee, and I appreciate it, Dante Jaron. I didn't know Vince was the owner until the steroid trial. A lot of people found out then. That was the real news. That wasn't just wrestling. And what Dante Jaron 23 is talking about is recently we've been talking about Tony Khan taking a step back from being the face of AEW. Just relax. Let your talent be the face of the company. It's not that hard. Stop being all the headlines. Stop being all of the interviews because it's not working out. Some people should not be the face of an entity. And Tony Khan, good dude, just too awkward to be in front of a camera. Too awkward to be in front of a camera. You know, a lot of people on this platform itself. If you're not listening and you're just watching on the tube, some people will try to get in front of a camera, and it just shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, right? And it's okay to know that. Some people shouldn't be on stage singing, right? I would love to be the lead singer of a band. Guess what I found out early? I'm not a singer. So, unfortunately, I can't live out my dream. I can fantasize about maybe being on stage as the lead singer of a famous rock band, but I know I'm not pretty good at it. So, okay, I'm not good at all, but it's good to know what you're good at and what you're not. So, Tony Khan's just not good at being the face of the company. That's fine. He shouldn't be anyway. And we talked about how Vince McMahon, he wasn't the face of WWE at all. He was a commentator all the way up until the Montreal screw job when he had to become a character because it was such a heated boiling point. They were losing the Monday Night War. They were in financial trouble. The company was about to go under. He knew he had a character sitting in his pocket, and he became the character. He never wanted to be known as the owner. He was just Vince McMahon, the commentator. That's all I ever knew him as until I found out from family that he owned WWE. And that's the way it should be. So, Dante Jaron at 23. Yeah, a lot of people found out during the steroid trial and a lot of the other things that Vince was involved with outside of actual wrestling. Appreciate the coffee, man. It's interesting. You know, it's a good take by Vince Russo, of all people. I know he gets hammered a lot in the community, but Vince Russo had a really good take on that. He just did. You got to give credit where it's due. You know, he brought up a lot of instances where the wrestlers are overshadowed by Tony Khan. And that's a problem because Tony Khan's not good in interviews. He's not good with 140 characters. He's not good with socialization, unfortunately. Put on the headset, keep your notepad in front of you, that's cool. But once you start being the face of the company, it falls off the rails, man. And here we are with AEW collecting more negative headlines. It always sucks to see. A Unique Butterfly in that last upload with a 2-spot coffee. Unique Butterfly, I appreciate you. Now, Unique Butterfly is saying that she doesn't mind Charlie Flair versus Jade Cargill as long as what's best for business is conducted and Charlie puts Jade over. Now, that's where the problem lies. Unique Butterfly. You can't count on this company, whether it's a Kennedy McMahon or a Levesque McMahon. They both love Charlotte to no end. Levesque McMahon loves Charlotte even more than Vince. Trust me, listen to what he says, his interviews about Charlie. You thought Vince loved Charlie. Paul Levesque, next level. And you know his relationship with Ric Flair, but with Charlie, it's another thing. So I can't say that Jade would be put over by Charlie. I can't. Knowing this company, you could have a WrestleMania event happen again, like what happened with Asuka. Remember, Asuka went into WrestleMania undefeated. She won the Royal Rumble. She was undefeated. It was clear as day what needed to happen. What's best for business is Asuka gets the title. It's going to launch her career. Instead, she walked out no longer undefeated and no title. And she was never the same after. I wouldn't put it past this company to do that match and have Jade win it. Knowing this company, they'd have Charlie walk out with it. Knowing this company, they're going to have Charlie walk out as champion this Friday night on SmackDown. I wouldn't put it past it, but Unique Butterfly. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't mind Charlie versus Jade for sure. John Cena, that's with a CH. John Cena with a 5-spot coffee in yesterday's upload, or Saturday's. Salute John Cena, I appreciate that, man. Now, John Cena was actually there on Friday, so if you guys want to go back to the last upload we did, he left a lot of good notes on what he observed there live on Friday. A couple of things that caught BC's attention on this, though, was what happened not on the air. Like, for instance, when John Cena says, oh, and if you think that Fire and Dawn are going to get a push, I have very little faith, because the dark match last night, which again was SmackDown's dark match, was Isla Dawn and Alba Fire being defeated by Mia Yim and Shotzi. So the new tag team of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, once again, they're losing on just dark matches, guys. And that's usually a prelude to how they're going to be booked at live events for television. So that caught my eye there, that they're having these individuals already lose. And the other thing that caught my attention was the dark match after SmackDown. I believe it was a 6-man tag, because that's what WWE loves to do. It was Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Sami Zayn versus Imperium. Now, hold on a second. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso just proclaimed that they're going to go to SmackDown Friday, and that's what they did. They just said they're going to be there, and they went there. Okay. Now, what was that last week, right? Was that before they won the titles? I think that was before they won the titles at Backlash. Point is, they're just telling people we're going to go there, and they show up. Dark match. Why is Sami Zayn and Imperium at SmackDown? Why were they even there in a dark match or on TV? Doesn't matter. Kevin Owens got drafted. I understand that. Sami Zayn is wrestling on SmackDown's dark match. Imperium, the Raw champion, the Raw IC title holder, Gunther, is on SmackDown. This may seem little and minuscule to a lot of people. BC, they need to sell tickets, man. They sent some Raw stars. It's no big deal. Then don't have a brand split. It's that simple. Don't have the brand split, guys. There's no other way that I can really... It's Monday Night Raw. Put that in red, will you? Put that in red. What are we doing? What are we doing? Put that in red. Hey, what'd I say? Fuck. Monday Night Raw, stay in red. That way everybody knows what we're doing here. You got Raw over here, you got SmackDown over here. It's not that hard of a concept. Set design! So, you have all these individuals, man, that they're coming over to SmackDown and they're just having matches and nobody wants to blink an eye or bat an eyelash over it. Oh, it's okay. They need to sell tickets. Don't have a brand split. If you're going to try to do this Raw SmackDown Survivor Series shit, Don't just have wrestlers crossing over with no reason or no validation. Some of us fans want to believe that there's a brand split because you told us there was. Thank you for the side rant. Doesn't make sense, man. So anyway, John Cena, I appreciate the report, man. I really do, because it was a great insight on what they're doing that we didn't see on the show. John Cena for the coffee and for the report from this past Friday. And that wasn't even it. I told you guys, you threw a bunch of coffees over to BC, man, on that last podcast, a SmackDown review. So all of yesterday, even though we didn't put up an upload, I was getting those coffees coming in. DB for life with that 2-spot coffee. DB for life. Don't be surprised if Jade is fed to Charlotte. I know, and DB for life, that's what we were just talking about. Unique Butterfly says, I don't mind the match as long as Jade obviously wins. But like DB for life says, don't be so sure with this company. And as far as Cody winning, DB for life says, I want Cody to win, but knowing this company, they'll aim for Hulk Hogan's title reign. So the update I have for you guys on that is that's still what they want to do. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you think that it's just going to be Cody winning the title at 40, which absolutely could happen, but if you think that's already set in stone, it's not. The number one thing they want to do is have Roman Reigns defeat Hulk Hogan's 1,473-day record. I believe Roman is around 1145, correct? So he's less than a year away from taking Hulk Hogan's number 3 spot. And if that's the case, if they can get The Rock, and you know The Rock doesn't need to win a title, easy peasy lemon squeezy how Roman Reigns is able to walk out of Mania because it's a Rock exhibition match. Nobody would really care like they did 39 when Cody did not win the title. Instead, he's laying down next to a rubber chicken. But he could walk out, whether Rock wins or not, he could walk out with the title still. And then, you know, if Roman walks out of Mania with that title, you guys know damn well he's going for a Hulk Hogan's 1473 right through the summer. Right through the summer. So that's WWE's main plans here. Hulk Hogan's record and get The Rock versus Roman at Mania. The audibles are going to be Cody Rhodes and, of course, LA Knight. If they don't zoom that to Crown Jewel in a couple of weeks. And even if they do that, then they could try to make a story out of it, and then you'll get LA Knight Roman Part 2 at Mania. It all depends on who they feel is the hotter hand. There were serious talks of having Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at this year's WrestleMania, this past year. And at the very end, they were like, no, Cody won the Rumble. We have to keep it like that. Have Sami take him out of the Elimination Chamber. We all know what happened. Sami lost at the Chamber and he was never the same. He's like an afterthought on Monday Night Raw. Sadly. DB for life. Appreciate you, brother. Big time. That was a lot. We didn't even get to the Raw preview yet, man. That was a lot of love and a lot of coffees being thrown over to the channel this weekend. So I wanted to make sure that everybody felt that appreciation right back. Just know that BC, man, to every single one of you guys that took the time to throw coffee, here's a swig for you. Here's to ya, with everybody saying BC Amplify. Let me talk to you here. All right, speaking of Raw, man, let's go to the preview, man, because I don't want to keep you guys here all day. There's 40 minutes before Monday Night Raw here. So the big thing they're promoting, now JR9 Gaming, I don't know if they've listed what the actual main event is, but the big match they're promoting is the tag team titles. That is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso against the Judgment Day. I believe that's going to be Balor and Damian, a straight-up rematch, correct? So I told you guys you were just going to see a bunch of Cody and Jay versus Judgment Day matches, right? Just like you saw Sami and KO versus Judgment Day 1,005 times. I told you guys you're going to see this match 614 times. It's already happening. You saw it at the pay-per-view last Saturday. You're seeing it again this Monday. And if you think that's going to be it, if Cody and Jay are going to stay together through the holidays, if you think this is the last time you're going to see this tag match, think again. It's easy booking. It's redundancy, but it's lazy, but it's easy. But that's the big title match. So don't be shocked if that is going to be the actual main event. The title match that I'm more looking forward to is the Intercontinental title match, man. The IC belt is on the line. Gunther, the champion, versus challenger Bronson Reed. And that is going to be... Can't just call him Bronson Reed, guys. Oh, what do you want to call him? We can't call him big... medium-sized Bronson? Fun-sized? Fun-sized Bronson? That'll really irritate the old bastard. And the doofus son-in-law. Gunther versus fun-sized Bronson Reed. Corey Graves is shouting. It's big. He's big, basically. He's big Bronson. He's fun-sized. Fun-sized Bronson Reed versus the champion Gunther. That's the match I'm looking forward to because what I can't stand about it. Let's do the negatives first, right? It's heel versus heel. I can't stand that. This is the company telling you they just don't know how to get to a goal that they have in mind, so they just go with it anyway. We see it all the time, right? Face versus face, heel versus heel. Once in a while, it's good. This company does it all the time. You're seeing it at Crown Jewel. They refused. There's no reason under the sun, on the green grass that the God has provided us, there's no reason that Drew McIntyre didn't come back as a heel. I told you guys, that's how you make him come. Listen, this is... All right. We don't have to scream about it. Let's discuss this, all right? If you're going to do Sethington versus Drew, which we've seen 1,018 times, by the way, in the past. We've already seen this match 1,018 times. But people like BC and a lot of you fans... We were all okay with it again. We said as long as Drew comes back diabolical heel. What was it? JR9 Gaming. Was it Money in the Bank? Something like that. London, right? If you bring him, it was somewhere UK. If you bring him back as a heel, totally take out Sethington, and this is the Drew that is done playing around. Diabolical. The villain of all... Yes. Count me in. Let me take out the wallet. Which credit card do you need? That simple. Why they would have Drew come back after months of being off, put him right back in the same situation when he left, which was the IC title in Gunther, lose again to Gunther, and then play like a teenager, right? I'm still the same Drew, but I have an attitude now. I'm more moody now. I don't want to do anything with anybody. It's like a fucking teenager. Right? They get to that age where they're like, they don't want to fucking mingle with anybody. They're moody. They got an attitude. Life sucks. I'm going to Hot Topic. Don't even bother picking me up, Ma. What are you doing? That's Drew Mac. Is he a heel or is he a face? But pick one. Please don't play the middle thing with Drew. Don't play the Middleton line with Drew, please. Don't play the tweener is what we call it in the industry. Because right now he's a full tweener. And no, he's not. He was until last week. Last week, he was telling Seth, I'm going to make sure you don't get jumped by anybody. He tells the crowd, if you see me in the street, buy me a pint and a shot. And he gets a pop. He played the face. Tonight, you'll probably see a tag team match, guys, because they're going to take on each other at Crown Jewel. You'll probably see Drew and Seth in a tag team. Either this week or next week. You're going to get it, guys. Can they coexist? Who the fuck cares if they could coexist? We've seen the match 1,018 times. We've seen them as a tag team 147 times. Coexist, not exist, partially exist. Exist with a twist. Exist in the mist. Who cares? If he was a heel and diabolical, we could have something that's called a storyline. We could have a storyline going into Crown Jewel. What a crazy concept. Imagine having a storyline. Instead, we're going to go, all right, man, we're both faces, but we're going to take on each other in a few weeks. Hey, maybe we can have tag team matches and try to coexist for the next 2 weeks. Because that's entertaining to the fans. Ma, Dad, I don't want to go to Grandma's. I got to watch Raw because I need to see if Drew can coexist with Seth. I pop myself sometimes, brah. But seriously, face, heel, they do it too often. It's an easy scapegoat routine for this company. So now we're just doing Bronson and Gunther because they don't want to wear out the Tommasos and Gunther, the Gables and Gunther. Too late, you already did. So that's the negatives, right? I mean, you greatly hurt one of the heels. I hope you guys understand why this is a negative. It's not just because like some of us just don't like heel versus heel. Again, once in a while, it's okay. It's bad because it doesn't help the talent. It's bad because one of them has to lose, and it's going to be Bronson. Why? Nobody wins here, man. The crowd is going to be like, oh, they're both. Who are you cheering for? Who are you honestly cheering for? And one of them is going to be out-heeled, obviously. So it's greatly going to hurt their heel-ish ways. I hope you guys understand. That's why this doesn't work. It greatly hurts the talent. You can't be out-heeled by another heel, man, when you're trying to get relevancy. Bronson is still trying to get people to even notice him. But casual fans, they still don't care about fun-size Bronson Reed. That's the negatives. The positive, there's a big positive. They should beat the shit out of one another tonight. That's fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Put them in the ring. Let them chop the shit out of one another. Bronson is probably going to squash Gunther. We'll see if Gunther, that's his brother from another mother. Gunther and Gunther. Gunther, though, we'll see if he can hit the Gunther bomb on... Chat. Who's up in the chat right now? Chat, do you guys think that Gunther can hit the Gunther bomb on Bronson? Could you imagine if he hit the Gunther bomb? I don't know if we've seen that before. JR9 desperately needs a storyline for sure. All these random matches and rematches, they're not helping him at all. Juan says yes, he can hit it. Sir Charles says, I bet he at least tries. Big Nang, Alicia. No, but Big Nang says yes. Alicia said no. Jacqueline Robinson says, yeah, I think he could hit it. He should be able to, says JR9. Possibly, says James Shrimp Fajitas. With help, says James. Probably with like all of Imperium, like a triple power bomb. Gunther bomb, probably. Dante Jaren 23, yeah. Malachi says yes. Santivia Major says yes. Steg Meister says hell yeah. I bet he at least tries, says Jane Donnelly. Joker 7 says yeah. Joker 716 says yeah. Eric Leno says yes. It's a lot more. Eddie Brash, yeah. Jerry Lewis, probably. Flip, yes. I'm seeing a lot more yeses than no. We'll see, man. That would be awesome if Gunther can lift that dude up. But if it's going to be borderline, it's not worth injury, right? I mean, we've seen people paralyzed in that ring, man. We don't need another Draws situation because you tried to prove a point or you tried to do something special that you didn't quite think or didn't quite know you could do. You think you could do it. You should be able to. You barely did it in rehearsals. No, we don't need that, man. PR says easy, no sweat. It's just another day at the office for Gunther. DC Lanier says, yeah, he will do it. That's the interesting situations, you know, seeing fucking Gunther get squashed. Okay, that's fun. By Bronson. Seeing Bronson get Gunther bombed, if that happens, that's fun. So I expect them to beat the shit out of one another. I'm looking forward to that title match more than the tag title match. Guys, these random tag team matches are just not doing it. Kevin Owens and Sami in a tag team, Cody and Jey Uso, Judgment Day, and all of these freaking tag team matches. You just take out one Judgment Day member, put in another, take out him, put in another. They're so boring, man. I'm so sick of these tag matches that have no pulse behind them. There's no fun for fans like BC. If you love them, that's awesome. I'm not even throwing shade at you guys. I hope you can understand why we don't love them. To us, it's just the same old tag team matches. I'd rather watch Money Incorporated versus the Natural Disasters from 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I watched the Fabulous Rougeaus versus the Killer Bees or the Rockers versus the Hart Foundation. The Legion of Doom Road Warriors versus Harlem Heat. The Steiner Brothers versus Demolition. I'd rather watch any of those matches. You don't even have to put a storyline behind it. And it will just feel like a fun tag team match. But those are two big title matches tonight. Gunther versus Fun Size Bronson Reed, and Cody and Jay versus Judgment Day, the rematch for the tag titles. Now, there is a third title match we think is going to happen, and that is Becky Lynch with an open challenge. Now, I don't know if maybe they already said who it's going to be or they confirmed it, but when I was doing my preview notes before we went live, it was not confirmed. But I believe that Becky Lynch is going to do an open challenge like she's been, or at least kickstart something for that NXT title. And there's strong possibility hints that it could be one of my favorites in this business. And she has gotten nothing but told to sit at catering for months and months. And when she's not sitting at catering, they have her at home doing nothing but twiddling her thumbs waiting for the call to come to work. Tonight, that may change. There's a good chance that Xia Li could show up tonight on Raw. Xia Li to answer that challenge. I miss her. She's one of my favorites in the world of wrestling because I look at her like the Brock Lesnar for females. She's got that strong style of Japanese, but she's got the Chinese flair. Not Charlotte Flair or Rick, but that Chinese flair with the Japanese strong style. It's such a vicious style that sometimes, if you're not placed correctly, she'll ring your bell a little bit. She will. Like a Brock Lesnar, consummate professional, but you better be on your game because she's not slowing her roll for you. She's a badass son of a bitch. Should have been a champion already many times over in this company. Instead, she's eating triple-layered moose cake. Oh, no, she's not. I don't know if you've ever seen Xia Li in her photos and shit. She's got a six-pack that would make Finn Balor roll his eyes back. Xia Li's badass, man. So, hopefully Xia Li will appear on the show. She was recently, was it last Monday night that she came across Becky? And unfortunately, I missed it. I was either down in my notes or I had a separate business call that I had to take. And I missed it. And I was really upset because you guys told me there was a Xia Li sighting. And from what I heard is she came across Becky. So, I don't know, guys. For BC. Now, if you guys are not big Xia Li fans, I totally understand. This company has given you no reason to like Xia Li or even know about Xia Li. But even if you don't know a lot about her or if you're not a fan, if you see her tonight or in the future, can you please at least be happy for BC? Because I'll be happier than a pig in shit if I get to see Xia Li back. So, salute if we can see Xia tonight. Now, here's the flip side. Do they just feed her to Becky in the title match? Because she's not going to win the NXT title, right? Of course, she's more than capable of and should win all the freaking titles if it was BC. But are they just going to have her show up just like Tegan Nox, right? She's getting a little bit of a push, but all she's doing is losing. I mean, Tegan Nox gets this NXT title match and she just loses. And then she's backstage and everybody's talking about how good she still is. And don't worry, this is just one loss. She doesn't need cheerleaders. She lost a title match. Tegan Nox, back of the line. Tegan Nox, you're nothing special. After all this time, you finally get your chance and you failed, right? That's not being harsh. We all love Tegan, but I'm saying that's how casuals are definitely going to look at it. So we don't need Xia Li to just show up and take a fat L, do we? She's too good for that shit. Yeah, somebody said they'll feed her to Nia Jax. Where's my big screen? Why is BC not on the big screen? Damn it. Oh, here we go. Who was that? Jerry Lewis. They will feed her to Nia Jax. Oh, fuck. Actually, they could. Oh, boy. All right, Xia, stay in catering. Stay. Lock the doors. Take all the triple-layered moose cake. Unless Zaya's already eaten it, or fucking Nia's already eaten it. Zaya. Oh, mamma mia. Don't say that. This company will actually go with that. Nia Jax versus Xia Li. Yeah, that's what I just said, Strict Tango. Knowing this company, they'll actually go with it. Speaking of women's wrestling matches tonight, though, Rhea Ripley is going to be taking on, who was it? Shayna Baszler, I believe. This is non-title from what I've heard. They could have changed it. Hours ago, I heard that this was non-title. This company does things like on a minute's notice, though. But as of when I was checking over the preview for you guys, Rhea Ripley versus Shayna was non-title. We expect that to be where Nia gets involved and Raquel Rodriguez and all 4 badass ladies will be beating each other up. It'll probably end up in a tag team match either tonight or next week. And then maybe Crown Jewel, you get the fatal 4-way for the championship. That's obviously what's going to happen, guys. So that's why this is non-title. Show that there's no schmozzery in a title match. So we'll see. But Rhea Ripley versus Shayna is also on for tonight. We're hearing that Sami Zayn is supposed to have a rough night. That's all I heard. That was some spoiler that was presented off of a sheet from earlier at the arena. Supposedly, Sami Zayn is supposed to have a rough night. So, spoiler, I probably should have said that in the beginning. It's a 3-hour show. I gave you one spoiler. Relax. But Sami Zayn is supposed to have a rough night. I don't know what that means other than Judgment Day is going to beat the shit out of him for 3 hours. I don't know. What else? Oh, you're going to get the Vikings and the New Day for the 2,455th time. They're going for the Usos versus New Day record. So in some variation, the New Day and the Vikings are going to be in the ring together. And if anybody says, well, that's a story, that's long-term storytelling, BC. No, it's not. They're just fighting each other every week. That's not a story. Literally, nobody's going to the water cooler at school the next day, or no adult is going over at the lunchroom talking with their other buddies that watch wrestling. Nobody's going, wow, can you believe the New Day in the Viking storyline? Last week it was Viking rules. This week it's going to be New Day rules. There's going to be a giant rainbow in the ring, and you got to climb the rainbow and get to the other side. It's like an MTV challenge. New Day rules, climb the rainbow. So listen, what I'm saying is the card has potential, and the card is pretty mid AF. It's all about how it's presented. Now, the wrestling world is booming because HHH, Paul Levesque McMahon, has full control of the creative notebook now. Hate to be the one to break this to you. He always had the majority for months and months. He goes to McMahon for a lot of answers. He has said that. I don't know any other way to say this. He has told you he doesn't know how to book Raw completely. He depends on a lot of people to help him. So I don't understand why everybody just refuses to listen to Levesque's words. You want to put him on a pedestal, that's fine. We're all hoping that Raw kicks ass this week. Because I gotta come tomorrow and talk about it for an hour with you guys. I want to talk about the good. I want to minimize the bad. I don't want to discuss any ugly. So we want the best. But I don't know what we're fucking praising until these shows just get better on a consistent basis. McMahon isn't going anywhere, guys. I hope you know that. If you think Paul Levesque McMahon is not going to go to Vince anymore just because supposedly Ari said, no more. You concentrate on the big deals, Vince, and you let your doofus son-in-law hold the creative notebook. I don't want to come back in this room or I'm going to ground you two for the next year and a half. If you think Vinnie Mac is just going to stop helping HHH, I don't know what else to tell you, man, other than it ain't going to happen. They're two peas in a pod, guys. HHH and Vince McMahon are peas in a pod. So I'm setting you guys up for a realistic future when you see a lot of old and you go, well, damn, that's like a Vince-ism. Can't believe H did that. Because they're still peas in a pod, man. Instead of just blaming one over the other or saying, oh, that's good because of this person or that's bad because of the other. I can't wait, guys. I really can't till these stories are done. I am so fed up with the Vince's 50% out of creative control. Vince is now 75%. Now we're hearing Vince is 99.99% out of creative control. And then Paul Levesque is like, no, as long as he's around, I'm always going to go to him for help. You'd be stupid not to. Those were his words. So I can't wait till everybody just stops blaming just one person and praising and pedestaling one other. Let's just say, hey, good show, let's talk about it. Or bad show, let's rip it apart. And if Levesque McMahon, just like I said when we were ripping it apart, if he's head of creative and that's his title, then he's going to get the blame just like Vinnie Mac. And if we're praising it, then we're going to praise HHH and we'll give some love over to Vinnie Mac because he's the head of this company. Only Ari is above him. The chairman, the executive chairman, is still Vinnie Mac. If it's good, let's say it. If it's not, let's say it. But please stop with these stupid stories. Like any one of us is going to know how much percentage Paul Levesque has of creative. Did you guys hear the stupid freaking story that came out this weekend? Paul Levesque now has 99% creative control. Guess what, motherfucker? Vince only needs 0.0000.000.0001% and he'll override that motherfucker. And tough guy Ari wouldn't do shit. Cause he's God. You think Vince McMahon is gonna power walk his fucking ass anywhere he wants and override it? Do you think a WrestleMania card is going up on Mania and Vince is gonna have no fucking say? HHH isn't gonna talk about this at all with Vince and ask his fucking what he recommends? H has told you he goes to Vince for a shit ton of ideas when he's cramped, when he's fucked. He doesn't know which way to go. He says you'd be stupid not to go to Vince. Remember all those stories when everybody goes, oh man, Vince is overriding Triple H every single time H wants to put out a good show. And then fucking JR9 Gaming, right or am I wrong, man? I know you saw the interview. Paul Levesque said you'd be stupid not to go to him. I go to him all the time. He's a wealth of knowledge, he said, and he's there. He's right there. And when I'm in a conundrum, I go to him. But I thought all the stories said that Vince was stomping on him. H said, not so fast, actually. When Vince is nowhere around, I go to him. Because I don't know where to go with Monday Night Raw. This guy admitted he doesn't know what to do with the whole third hour. He goes, once you go to the third hour, he said that in 4 different interviews. One of them made their rounds for like 2 years. He said, the third hour, I'm completely bonkers, gone. You can't even do one of those interviews. He said you can't even do it. Well, motherfucker, you've been doing it for years, or at least his company has been. You better find a way to do that third hour. But I want to say this straight out. What we all want as fans, the amplified unit, everybody you see in this chat, the thousands that'll catch this over the next 24 hours, everybody that'll catch the review tomorrow, we all, and then everybody in the wrestling world, I'm pretty sure we all want the same thing. These shows to be better. So everybody is going to have their hand in the cookie jar. There's going to be a Vinny here and there. There's going to be a Levesque here and there. There's going to be an Ari here and there. Nicholas Khan is going to want X, Y, and Z done for business reasons. Everybody's going to have a hand in the cookie jar. Hopefully, especially with WrestleMania season, usually it gets better with WrestleMania season. Everybody at least cares a little bit more than the average bear the rest of the year. Hopefully these shows get better. And we can just talk about how the shows are good. And we can stop with the bullshit articles that Vince no longer has any creative control. Stop. Stop. When that dude is gone from the planet, I still believe he's going to somehow have control over this company. And Paul Levesque will still be asking for that help. He'll be looking up to the heavenly skies. Please give me a sign on how to book Raw tonight. So, if anybody's wondering about my thoughts on the articles this week, Ari has told Vince to stay away from the creative book. That's not how this company works. I think Vince McMahon is not going to give his ideas to H when he has questions. Stop. I can't give you any advice. Ari told me to stay away from you. He likes scorn lovers. We cannot be in the same room. We can't talk creative. Legally, I'm fucked. Take your creative book and get out. Damn you to hell, you doofus son-in-law. I never want to talk creative with you again. If Ari finds out I'm grounded in my corner. He's gonna spank me with a leather strap. I don't want Ari to spank me. Because if that happens, I'm gonna spank you, HHH. You understand me, you doofus. The fuck is happening to the wrestling world? These are the dirt sheet articles we find out. 99.96% Vince McMahon no longer has control creative. However, there is a 0.004% that Vince is still in creative control. We just don't know what that means. But hold on, guys, because next week I'm going to have a new report, and it's going to say this. Vince is now out 99.97%. And I honestly think by 2025, we're going to have that 99.99% like a Clorox wipe. Stick with the headlines, guys. Dipshit Dugenheimer with Wrestling News Worldwide. Vince is 99.96% out, guys. Come on, H, you can get that final 0.04, man. 0.04, come on, Triple H, everybody, come on, let's lock Vince in the closet. Hey, Vince, how's it feel in the closet? I'll bust out of here. I got massive doubts. I'm God. I'll get out of this closet and I'll fire all of you. You got it? You're fired. I had a lot of coffee. What can I say? Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Anyway, yeah, guys, this is not the... If you're newer to the channel, welcome. Love to have you. If you think I'm going to be playing the Vince McMahon Paul Levesque game, no, not happening. If it's bad, it's Vince. If it's good, it's H. No, if it's good, WWE, you did good, keep doing it. If it sucks, WWE, you suck. And then I start going by who the title of who is, right? Executive chairman, you're getting some of the blame. Head of creative, I don't care if you're stuck in a fucking closet. If you're head of creative, which is Paul Levesque, you're gonna get the blame. And if it's good, I'm gonna praise you tomorrow. Monday Night Raw was good. Hey, H, keep going. Look at that. And the executive chairman allowed it to happen. Wrestling community is obsessed with who is booking. Was it H or is it Vince? Do you understand their family? They have dinners every night. Every single night. Pasta, potatoes, you doofus son-in-law. Pasta cranberry sauce. Stephanie, what do you see in this doofus? I hate him. I can't stand his face. They have dinner every night. You think they're not in cahoots creatively. You don't know that they're a family. Paul Levesque McMahon's role model is Vincent Kennedy. Screw the mashed potatoes. Protein bars every night, all night. Protein. All right, guys. So that's the deal on that. We hope that Monday Night Raw is good. I think that's the whole preview for you. What I want to do, I don't know. I wasn't able to see the... I think some supers came in as I was going on a full throttle amplified fucking left field with a hockey stick rant. Much love, guys. Thank you for joining me live. To the thousands that'll catch this afterwards. It was only on a half an hour notice like BC usually does. So, I know, BC, I didn't know you were live. I would have tuned in. I get it, dude. That's my bad. I didn't know I was going live either until about a half an hour early. So, just as long as you guys caught this last hour, even if it wasn't live, to the future amplified unit. How's that? To my future subscribers that are watching this. Salute! Big Nang with a 5-spot coffee in this super chat, by the way, in this stream with a super chat. Sup, BC? Big Nang, what up, brah? Raw's gonna take another backseat because my Chargers will destroy them boys in a bit. Red and gold team go. That's right, Chargers and Cowboys. That'll pull in a little rating, but we're not going to use that as an excuse. It's a season premiere. It's a stacked card. This is where WWE has to compete. I'm not saying they got to beat or they can beat Monday Night Football at this point. I'm saying compete, and that 1.5, you better find a way to get that back to 1.718 bare minimum. This is a season premiere. You got a stacked card. Don't give me no 1.8 under shit. Anyway, I got 4 screens. 2 of them are making noises. I'm trying to get the big screen back up. There we go. Jane Donnelly with, what is that, a coffee? A celebration? I don't know what that, but that super sticker, Jane Donnelly, I appreciate you. But for some reason, my big screen's not showing that. What is that? I don't know what the I'm going to say that's a coffee pot. Probably because all I think 24/7 is coffee. Jane Donnelly, I appreciate you, brah. JL, 2-spot. When is Breaker going to debut? I'm tired of Reed. Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker's done at this, but JR9 Gaming. Are you still up in here? JR9. How do they even rectify Braun Breaker, bro? I mean, JR9 Gaming is my resident, the mayor of NXT for BC. I always take his word and put it on a pedestal because he follows NXT thoroughly and gives extensive reviews. I can fucking speak. JR9, for those that don't know, Braun Breaker was supposed to be on the main roster months ago. He even showed up on Raw backstage a couple of times. And all he's been doing is losing. In NXT, he just loses every single match. How do you rectify him? JR9 says they honestly can't rectify him. He's been the worst booked NXT star this year. JR9, it's pathetic what happened to him. To the point where JR9 and my whole unit, I'm telling you right now, I don't even care about Braun Breaker. And that's sad because he was one of the biggest superstars in all of wrestling, and he was on NXT. You thought they better not fuck him up when he gets to the main roster. They didn't. They fucked him up before the main roster. They fucked up Braun Breaker, guys. Royally. I don't even know how you rectify this dude. So, JL, I don't know when they bring him up. But by this point, unfortunately, it's already too late. They fucked him up. And unless you're going to do it flawlessly, Braun Breaker's a loser to bees. Listen, he's a jobber. When you lose that many matches, and then The Undertaker just embarrasses you, he's basically playing the Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Miz role in NXT right now. Just getting beat up by the legends after he loses the fucking match. Didn't he lose that match last Tuesday? And then afterwards, the legend comes out and fucking beats him up some more. That's the Miz role. That's Grayson. That's Austin Theory. So not only is he losing matches, he's just there to job out to legends just to fucking get the pop for them. JL, appreciate you. Steg Meister, 2-spot. I did have another super thanks from 4. Oh man, I'll try to get it back for sure. Sometimes they come out afterwards when I already put together the coffee list appreciations for the next pod. But I'll try to find that out, man. Steg Meister, I appreciate that. I always try to get that list together on a regular upload when you guys hit that thanks button down below and send a coffee over. I always try to treat that like Super Chats live, man, because those get appreciated. That's a coffee. So I'll try to find that. Steg Meister, man, appreciate you. I'm glad I saw the last one, man, because you guys fucking chucked coffee at the channel. I was like, I'm going to fucking do those appreciations at the beginning of the live stream so I make sure that you guys get that love right back. I'll try to find it, Steg Meister. Ali, 5-spot coffee. Hey, BC, just wanted to say I apologize if I ever canceled my gold card membership with you. Apologize again to you and the amp unit. Ali, you don't have to apologize for shit, man. The gold card is just there for you guys so we can do special streams where it's just the gold card in the chat. And it's a way for you guys to show that extra level of the top tier level of appreciation to the channel. Never. And then we get to do fun things like channel member of the week, which we'll do once I get an actual title. I got plans for that. But that's a fun thing we do. You never have to have a gold card after your name, man. Especially if times are rough. You put that into the bills. You put that into the food, man. Put that into the gas tank. Never apologize for that. You know, if you're ever in a position to get that gold card, love to have you. If not, red team, go. The amplified unit is much more than just a gold card. So never apologize, Ali. Salute. JL with a 2-spot. I love you, BC, but I can't afford a gold membership. You guys are stressing. Relax. 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 You ain't got to stress over no gold card on the interweb machine. If you can, jump on board. Love to have you. I just love seeing all the gold. Like right now, Eric Leno just put a couple of comments up, right? And it is the green name with a gold car, Packer colors if you're BC, right? I love it. But if you can't, man, if you can't afford membership, bro, that's totally fine. Just show up like you are right now. That, guys, I always said, just listening to BC from minute 1 to the final minute and smashing that up, that's come on, man. That's a swig right there. Salute. Showing the love and appreciation just means smashing that up. Making sure that you're subscribed and adding to the number count of the amplified unit. But yeah, never stress, guys, over the gold. That's just for you guys. That's something that you can do if you ever want to. And you can afford it. It's like $7 or $8 a month, something like that. I forgot what it's priced at. And we do a lot of cool things throughout the month. That's all it is. JL, appreciate you. Derek Fleming Jr., 2-spot. My Falcons need a new QB and coach. BC, shake my head. Listen, I can't give you or your Falcons any advice because my Packers fucking suck right now, and we shouldn't. If you ever catch my Packers reviews on this channel, I already put up, week 5? 5 reviews. We have a bye week this week. Check out my Packer reviews. You guys think I'm harsh on my pro wrestling? I demand even more from my Packers. And this year just ain't it. Derek Fleming Jr., I wish you luck on the Falcons, but it's our conference, so I can't do that. Go, Pack, go. Dave Mille, 5-spot coffee. WrestleVotes just announced that tonight's New Day vs. Viking Raiders will be a Taste the Rainbow match, sponsored by Skittles. LOL. As I always say, thank goodness for WrestleVotes. Always breaking the groundbreaking news. Taste the Rainbow match. And if WrestleVote says it, well, fuck. It's obviously true. Dave Mealy. For those long-term channel members that, or not even channel members, for those, like, we're talking channel memberships now. For those long-term subscribers, you know we always have fun with certain entities. Dave Mealy, appreciate you, dude. Let me make sure I got everybody. Monday Night Raw is in 3 minutes. I'm going to try to get you guys out of here. Hold on. Got to make sure everybody gets the proper shout out. Everybody that sent the coffee over. Oh, hold on. Dave just sent another 5-spot coffee to when Vince passes away, Schnoz McGee will pull out a Ouija board and contact Vince on how to write Raw and SmackDown. LOL. Dave, that's what I said, Dave. As hilarious as that is, I just picture Paul Levesque looking up to the heavens. Vince, give me a sign. I don't know what I'm doing in the second hour of Raw tonight. Fuck the third hour. I'm stumped on the second. Dave Mille. Joker 716 2-spot. BC, fun preview. Catch you next time on the review. Joker, I'm glad you enjoyed this preview. BC was on a lot of coffee, obviously. But I had a lot of info to get out within a 1-hour time frame. Obviously, I went over 10 minutes, but as long as you guys were entertained and enjoyed this, then it was all worth it. So Joker 716, can't wait to do this again tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be live, but there's definitely going to be a badass review for Raw, whether it was a good show tonight or bad. I'll be back with you guys on the channel tomorrow. Joker 716, salute. Cassandra Love 2-spot. I bet you they do a Fatal 4 for the women, knowing them. I think they're going to do it for Crown Jewel, right? Because tonight is Rhea versus Shayna. And then I believe like Raquel will get involved and Nia. And that'll, somehow this will equal, either they'll do it on Raw next week or at Crown Jewel. But you're going to get these 4 ladies in a Fatal 4-way for the title. You can already see it's going that way, Cassandra Love. Appreciate it. Delron Utse. Delron with a 2-spot coffee. BC, buying a car soon. Nervous. Any advice? Get the one that goes really fast. And then go really fast and turn left a lot. I'm kidding. Really, let's do the speed limit. Buying a car soon. Nervous. Any advice? Well, if it's your first car, that you got to go with what you like. My only advice would be stay away from Priuses and Teslas because they're stupid. I'm kidding. I know this is where everybody goes, BC, I got a Tesla, man. I'm kidding around. It's still I'm an old school dude. It's still funny to me to see cars charging like a fucking cell phone when I pull up to a Target. I'm charging my cell phone and somebody's charging their fucking car. Or just to listen to them. You hear them on the road, right? They sound like like a string of bees, right? There's like a humming sound from these little electric vehicles. I don't know if they're charging, if they're gonna explode, but BC's like, fuck, something's up with that car. Anyway, I don't know. Get something fun, man. You know, growing up, I always did the one of my funnest cars was just an old school 87 Camaro. We had the pinstripes on it. It was the T-Tops version because it was 87. And we painted it a nice maroon, had the black pinstripes. We put some lubers on it. We got the rims done up, and it was really nice. Unfortunately, the cops loved it, and they I was getting pulled over for every little thing. We put blackouts on the lights. That's illegal, or you get tickets for them. Blackouts just make it spiffy. And man, unless you're a dick, you don't really pull people over for that. Well, they always did for me. Anyway, and then I was, anyway, yeah, we don't want to talk about that, man. Raw's on, Delron. Just buy a good car that you like and that you can have a lot of fun with, and that you have a beautiful seat for your beautiful girl to ride shotgun. DB for life is going to end it with a 10 spot. Like button went into the limo and told me to get him out of here. I turned and said, buckle up. Smoke filled up, and like button was yelling help. Love the Undertaker limo spots. Where to, Stephanie? That was the old angle, man. That brought BC back. I didn't do the voiceovers. I didn't do it justice. DB for life. Funny shit, man. And that's the way to end this podcast, with that couple of coffees, 10 spot. DB for life. Salute, brah. And DB for life, thank you for the coffee in yesterday's regular upload, and thank you for ending this the right way. I truly appreciate that. You guys really know how to throw a party on these live streams, and it's because of you I keep doing them. So with that said, BC's going to get on out of here so you guys can catch the show. It just started now, guys, about 90 seconds ago, so you're not missing anything. Salute to every single one of you guys, to my gold card unit, man. I see you all up in here, from Cassandra to Alicia to Gruss, James Miller, Santivia Major, JR9 Gaming, Jane Donnelly, William F. You too, brother. And even non-gold, man, JJ Bulldog. I see Zach up in here. Johnny Thunder's up in here. Jonathan Finkel, Mickey, Eddie Brash, Crazy Country. I fucking love Chevy's Crazy Country. Temby, Silver Black 31's up in here. James Shrimp Fajitas, keep rocking. Hopefully it's a good show tonight, James Shrimp Fajitas. All right, I'll keep you guys another half an hour doing a roll call, so I'll just end it just like that. To the thousands that are going to catch us later, salute. Sorry you guys couldn't catch this live, but we had a hell of a lot of fun. Maybe next time you'll be able to. Marie Applewhite, you too. Check you. All right, let's see how this goes, guys. I'm going to go get the notebook. I'm going to get a full fucking stack of fucking pens. And I'm going to write the good, bad, and ugly of this show, I can assure you. No mulligans. It's a good show tonight, or they're going to hear about it. Salute. Check you. Check you guys. You doofus son-in-law. Get out of here. The show is on. We need ratings.